Hey guys, what is up? Welcome to the first episode of Super Mario Maker. So this was something that I was going to do a while ago, but I decided to do it now. So hopefully I can get all of the timing right, because honestly one of my biggest complaints about recording Wii U is that it's just so delayed. You know, I'm using a separate audio recording for my vocals, but, you know, we're going to see what we can do here. So, I figured today what we can do is we could just take a quick look at my levels. I'll put the stuff down below. But, I love this game. This game's great. As you can see, there's a few levels here. I'll go over that in a second. What's great about this game is that they, as you can see in this one right here, it says Mount NeverRest checkpoint. They finally added in checkpoints, which is great. So I'm just going to show you real quick some of the levels. So Wiggler's Wild Ride, that was the first one I ever did. This one's without a checkpoint, though I don't think it really needs a checkpoint. But the clear rate's only 13%, which is really bad. I never realized that it was that hard. But let's give the new one with the checkpoint a play real quick. Hopefully you guys like this. Next episode we'll be doing some of the event ones and then maybe some random ones. So this one's basically all about bouncing off wigglers, and it's actually really hard if you don't get the right momentum. As you can see there, it's difficult. You know, it's a lot of trial and error for this one. In the beginning, the end, I really like the end. The end's probably my favorite. But yeah, you kind of just need to do that, and then this is kind of a trap right there. You don't want to grab that. There's a mushroom block there, but basically the whole point of all these coins is you're going to be running this way. You're thinking, okay, this is the end. You know, you see an arrow, you see that, okay, you're going to have to get rid of Yoshi there. This is the oh god, look at the boss. Okay, so that's the boss. You're going to have to get around that, obviously, but if you go down there, you do get a hint as to how to proceed to the end, but you unfortunately trigger Bowser, which means if you're not careful, there are some fire going on. So it's one of those hard. Oh my god! Oh my god! Okay, so then you get there, and that's the end. It's not too bad. The cannons over there shoot out wigglers. The Bowser's on top of two wigglers. I really liked it. That's why it's called Wiggler's Wild Ride. Oh my god. That's that one. That one's probably like one of the easier ones I've done. It's really, once you get the timing down, give me 1 second to stop this phone from ringing. Once you get the timing down on it, it's really not bad. Once you figure out how to, you know, properly bounce and stuff like that, it's not too bad. So that's that one. Probably my favorite one is Koopa the Trapped. Oh, I'm so used to playing Shovel Knight that I keep pressing B as if it's A. So let's do this one. This one's really cool. This is it's basically like what would you call it? A guide mission where you have to like escort the computer. So basically, you want to get this Koopa all the way to the bottom. You can't win unless you get that Koopa all the way to the end. So it's all about timing. You gotta do that. It's great. It's really not that hard. It's one of those things where you really can't grab. Shouldn't have done that. Okay, you can't really grab a checkpoint because you need the Koopa. And if I were to put a checkpoint in, it wouldn't really work. Oh my god. Okay, woo. So you have to be really careful with that. That's something that I didn't realize. But yeah, I've seen a lot of people make these kinds of levels. They're really hard usually. So I just wanted to do this a little bit easier than what most people do. Oh my god. Oh god. Oh god. Okay. Oh no. No. Okay. That should work. Okay. Basic. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. I fricked it. And he despawned. Okay, well, I'm gonna die then. Basically, I put these little holes in the ground. They're not traps. They're just really just for you to jump down. As you can see, someone used that already. I messed that up. Basically, I really messed that up, didn't I? Whoa, what is happening with my Wii U? It's pausing. Okay. Okay. What was I going to say? Oh, yeah, you want to grab the fire flower before you get the Koopa there, because basically those hammers start getting, like, really, 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 really frequent. And, okay, well, I missed that one. I haven't played this level in literally forever, so I actually don't remember how it goes. Blow up. Okay, good. There we go. Okay. Oh, no, no, no. This one was actually... This started off as save all the Goombas. So you gotta grab that and then run, because then now you trigger all the hammers, and it's gonna be really hard. But it's actually not too hard over here. Just need another one of those. Yep. So this part's really not too hard as long as you get the flower beforehand. But yeah, you have to be really quick at least, because if you take too long, Koopa the Quick despawns, and that's not a good thing. That's definitely not a good thing. So this part was actually a bad design on my part. Oh no. Okay, so here's the problem here, right? So you see all those guys. You actually have to be really small. I put a spike down there because you have to be small for this area. It's actually, there we go. Okay, and that's the level pretty much. There's no way to really lose over here unless you have really bad timing, but you really don't. So that's probably my favorite level. It's the easiest one I have. You just have to be quick and know what's happening. But I think I give you enough time to adequately figure out what's going on. But those were probably my two easiest ones. Let's look at something else. Of course, I'm going to put all these hopefully in the description below so you guys can play them on your own. And next time, like I said, we'll play some of the event courses and some of, you know, other people's courses. Although I've played a lot of the ones that I like already, so, you know. So this one's probably the hardest one I have. Mount NeverRest. This was actually inspired by Game Explain. Game Explain did a recreation of Super Mario 64. Oh, well, I wasn't paying attention. Of Super Mario 64, and they made the barrels into saws, which was really cool. And I like that, so I wanted to make a concept around climbing a mountain and stuff like that. So we'll see what happens here. It's called Mount NeverRest because you literally cannot stop moving unless you're on the bottom over here, because then you sort of get in a position. So I originally had this mushroom like right above the vine, but I found out that was a really bad place because it was very hard. You're getting hit by saws on 3 different angles, believe it or not, and that just made it really hard. Okay, so that's kind of important to know. You have to know how to spin jump in this level, because you get timing like that where you really can't afford it. So there wasn't a checkpoint ever. Ah, crud. It doesn't matter because this over here is a fire flower. So what happened up here originally was there was Spinies. Spinies were down on the 3rd level. Because it was supposed to escalate in difficulty, you know, like Goombas you can hit with 1 attack, and they're dead. But before we go any further, I'm just going to kind of show you, because there's 3 ways, there's 3 ways to beat this level. So the first level is if you come to the top level all the way up here without any power-ups, you can go over here, and there's a whole parade of Goombas, right, shooting out of cannons, and at the very top of the cannons is a P-switch, because as you notice, the flag was covered in blocks that you can't break. So then the second option is you can take that bomb, knock him out of the car, go down to where that cannon is down there, and those are bomb-bombs. So you just shoot the bomb-bombs into the wall, you'll break them. The other way, then the easiest way, is to just get there with at least 1 power-up and just kind of spin jump your way to victory. So that one's that one. That one's not too hard now that it has a checkpoint. I did play it earlier, so that's probably the reason it wasn't too hard. I made sure that I added in the checkpoints this morning before I recorded. So this one's my favorite. This is just a gauntlet of bosses. And basically you have to use a Goomba to kill most of the beginning bosses. So you start off with the Goomba right here, and there's a fat hammer bro over there, and you just toss him over there, and then you use the Goomba to get the P-switch so you can move on to the next room. Now, a little bit of a secret here. You can pop that for a little one-up mushroom. I like putting one-up mushrooms in my harder levels because it just makes it fair. So you walk in here, you're like, oh god, it's a Koopa. Oh my god, I actually almost messed up. Okay. So then there's a magic Koopa, which could pose a problem if you miss. But this Goomba over here kind of sometimes spawns, so not a big deal. And in this part, basically I wanted to keep you at a certain power-up. I wanted you to stay at Mini Mario because it kind of makes it a little bit more challenging. But believe it or not, it actually gets a little bit more challenging if you are able to keep the mushroom when you go that way. You can slide under the thing, but it does make it a little bit harder because with all the Goombas spawning, you have to basically this part's kind of annoying. That part's like one of my favorite parts about this level. But basically, when you keep the mushroom, you have to dive under the. I'm just gonna pause as I say this. You have to dive under the wall, but at the same time, you have to jump because you don't run fast enough, and you're jumping into multiple Goombas, so it kind of makes it a little bit challenging there. But it doesn't matter if you have it or not because at the next section you do get a fire flower. And that part right there, I really like that. I wanted to make you grab the clown car by using a Goomba. So I figured you throw it up, you hit the clown car, it goes into the clown car, and then you walk around and it starts to follow you. So that was kind of cool. I like that part. No. Oh, well, it doesn't matter. Again, like, see, you can slide under the walls if you're good, if you're fast, if you're running fast enough. You just got to be careful because you're kind of in a bad position. So here we go, we got a fire flower. So there used to not be a checkpoint there. Not at all. And basically this part right here is the first Uber boss. It's Bowser. It's Bowser. And basically he's actually kind of, oh god, he's kind of easy to beat. You just hit a P-switch. But the difficulty comes with the big Bowser in the back. He's the final boss. And this is hard to do without listening to the sound. See, yeah, okay. But this part actually was significantly harder, believe it or not. This part was significantly harder. You see where that arrow is? I never got rid of it. There's this P-switch behind a bunch of things that you had to, behind a bunch of these blocks that you had to knock out while being attacked by fire. So it was actually pretty hard. Oh no, I missed. Okay, so now what we do is we go back here. This is actually hard because I didn't grab the P-switch. Oh no, I didn't grab the P-switch. Okay, let me go grab the P-switch. Because unfortunately the way the game works, that Bowser will always respawn even if you kill it. If you go through a door. So the best thing you can do is just do that. Go in. Grab... What? Okay, there it is. Okay, grab that. You just want to make sure that the Bowser here goes down again, because if he doesn't, it's going to make your life a lot more difficult. This is hard to time, actually. There we go. Okay, cool. And then right here, you want to grab this. You want to grab this mushroom. This is here just in case you want to fight the Bowser. If you have, like, if you were able to make it through the first Bowser and retain your fire flower, which is possible. It's definitely very possible. And you just decided to fight Big Bowser with your fire flower. That the mushroom there is going to help you if you get attacked. But basically right here is the final Goomba, and he just destructs, and then that's the end. So it's really hard. It was really difficult in the beginning, and that was an oversight on my fault. When I first made this level, it was really bad. There was like 3 Bowsers stacked on top of each other with another Bowser in front, and it was literally impossible to beat the level. So I ended up with that. But I like the concept where you have to use an enemy to beat your enemies, which was kind of cool. I like that. So you guys tell me what you think. And then my most recent one, Above and Under, it wasn't really played very much. It was only played 51 times, I think. Yeah. Not a high clear rate, not a high clear rate at all, which is, I don't think that's a good thing. You know, I don't want my maps to be a little bit too challenging. You know, that kind of makes it a little difficult, obviously. But this one starts out just like that, and basically the concept started off with, I wanted to see if I can do like kind of like a fire and ice thing, where you go through one tunnel and like it's lava, and then you go through another, and then it's ice, but I couldn't figure out how to do that appropriately. But so this is kind of that concept. So basically you need power-ups to keep going through each section. Obviously here, no matter how fast you're going, you're not going to be able to get through here. So you're probably wondering, where do I go? Where do I go? So you just kind of hit these, and oh look, a vine. Nice. So then this kind of becomes a little bit parkour-y. It's like, this block right here that I'm standing on, it's literally just enough to make it. So you have to time it really well. And then here you have to be really careful. You have to keep holding your hold button, and then you just pop the P-switch. You run over here, you stop. Oh god, what's this? Oh, it's a helmet. Now I can run through the thing. So you pop down from that thing over there, and then you just run, and then you pop it. So then here you have a checkpoint. This over here is in case you got hit right here, and for when you respawn, so you can have a power up. But this part you got to spin jump. This part used to be significantly harder. You see where that second tier is? You see where I am right now, right here? This bottom was up here, and you had to have a perfect jump. But I even had trouble doing it, even though I knew you had to do that jump. So I was just like, you know what, we're going to lower it a bit. So then you go in here, and this is probably the hardest part. You got to get a ride, and you got to do jump obstacles. It's not too difficult once you understand how it works. You got to just kind of be careful. But you really want to keep the power up. You really want to keep the spiny helmet, because this is the boss room. So as you see, it's basically just filled with chain chomps on, I guess, on donuts that die. They fall if you stand for too long. So you have to be really quick with that. You have to plan out where you're going. And then here, another checkpoint, because again, this level would be way too long without it. And you gotta kind of just mosey on over there. And if you do lose your helmet, you can grab another one from here, because you do need a helmet for the next section. So this one's gonna be a race to the top. As you can see, there's more of those thwomps over there that you have to run under. So you're just gonna pop this. You're gonna do that. You're gonna wait. You can wait. You can jump if you want. Whatever. I used to have just one P-switch there, but I found out that it was really not easy to do, because you had to wait for the Koopas, and then if you timed it wrong, you know, you basically died. So here, when I was testing this out this morning, I accidentally threw this, and I ended up still winning. So it's definitely possible. You just have to be really good, but you could just throw this up if you didn't lose it, and then basically kind of just run through that. You don't really need the helmet, but it makes it easier. You get some points for that. Not that points do anything really, but yeah. So those are pretty much my levels. It's been a little bit longer than I wanted to go for this episode. 18 minutes isn't great. I'd really rather it be a little bit shorter than that, but so thank you guys so much for watching. Levels will be down in the description below. There was, I think, like maybe 2 or 3 that I didn't actually show off. But I love this game, so I hope to see you guys at the next episode. Peace. Now I just have to wait a few seconds for the game to go with each other.